Chosen One, if you're watching this video right now, in this exact moment, I need you to understand something profound. This is not a coincidence. This is not random. This is not the algorithm simply suggesting content to you. This is divine orchestration. The universe, source, the divine, God Himself has guided you here because there is a message you need to hear, a warning, a confirmation, a piece of spiritual intelligence that your soul has been crying out for. And that message concerns someone in your life whose name begins with the letter S. Now, before we go any further, I want you to take a deep breath. Really breathe. Feel into this moment, because what I'm about to share with you isn't just information that you consume and forget. This is confirmation of what your spirit has already been whispering to you in the quiet moments. This is validation for those feelings you've been having, the ones you've been questioning, dismissing, or trying to rationalize away because you didn't want to believe what your intuition was telling you. You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle but unmistakable shift in energy when this person is around, that tightening in your chest, that unease in your spirit, that voice inside that says, something isn't right here. You've noticed the way conversations feel off, the way their words don't match their energy, the way your peace seems to evaporate when they're in your space. But here's what happens to people like you, chosen ones. You second-guess yourself. You doubt your own discernment because you've been conditioned by a world that tells you to always give people the benefit of the doubt, to always see the good in everyone, to always extend grace even when that grace is being weaponized against you. You've questioned whether you're being too sensitive, too suspicious, too judgmental. You've wondered if maybe you're the problem. Let me tell you something right now that you need to hear. Your discernment is not paranoia. Your intuition is not overthinking. Your spiritual senses are not malfunctioning. What you've been feeling is real. What you've been sensing is accurate. What your spirit has been trying to tell you is the truth. And today, the divine is confirming it. The Lord is highlighting this person whose name starts with S for a very specific reason. This could be a friend you've known for years. This could be a family member you've trusted your whole life. This could be a romantic partner, a colleague, a mentor, or even someone new who's entered your circle recently. But regardless of who they are or how long they've been in your life, the divine is pulling back the veil right now and showing you what's really been happening in the spiritual realm. Because here's what you need to understand about this season you're in. You are not who you used to be. You're not operating at the level you were operating at 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. You have been going through an intense period of spiritual awakening, transformation, and elevation. You've been shedding old versions of yourself. You've been healing ancestral wounds. You've been breaking generational curses. You've been ascending into higher frequencies of consciousness and divine alignment. And when you rise, when you begin to step into your true identity as a chosen vessel, when you start operating in your authentic spiritual authority, something happens. The people around you either rise with you or they reveal themselves. There is no in-between. There is no neutral ground. Everyone in your proximity will either celebrate your elevation or become threatened by it. This person's starting with S. They're revealing themselves now. Maybe it's been subtle. Perhaps they've been undermining your confidence in ways that are hard to pinpoint. They might make comments that sound like jokes, but leave you feeling small. They might offer advice that's disguised as concern but is actually designed to keep you doubting yourself. They might celebrate you in public, post about you on social media, tell others how proud they are of you. But in private, in the moments that matter, they're nowhere to be found. Or worse, they're actively working against you. Maybe they've been energy vampires. Every conversation leaves you drained. Every interaction requires you to pour into them while they give nothing back. They're always in crisis, always needing something, always requiring your emotional labor, your spiritual strength, your time, your resources. And you've given it because that's who you are. You're a giver, a healer, a light bearer. But they're not coming to you for healing. They're coming to you to feed off your light because their own has gone out. Or perhaps they've been planting seeds of doubt, questioning your decisions, making you second-guess your divine downloads, telling you that your dreams are too big, your vision is unrealistic, your calling is just a phase. They've been speaking limitation over you while smiling in your face. They've been throwing subtle shade while claiming to have your best interests at heart. You've noticed all of this. Your spirit has been cataloguing every instance, every red flag, every moment of misalignment. But you've been making excuses for them. You've been telling yourself stories about why they behave the way they do. You've been extending grace that was never asked for, and certainly isn't being reciprocated. But, chosen one, this is your wake-up call. The reason the divine is alerting you now, the reason this message has found you at this exact moment, is because what's coming next in your life is too significant, too powerful, too divinely orchestrated to be sabotaged by someone operating in disguise. You are on the verge of a breakthrough that will change everything. You're about to step through doors that have been closed for years. You're about to receive downloads, opportunities, connections, and manifestations that are going to elevate you into a completely new dimension of existence. And part of walking through that door means leaving certain people behind. I know that's hard to hear. I know it feels harsh. I know you want everyone you love to come with you into your next season, but the truth is, not everyone is equipped for where you're going. Not everyone has done the inner work required to hold space at your new frequency. Not everyone has pure intentions toward your destiny. This person with the initial S, they're not aligned with where you're headed. And the divine in his infinite mercy and wisdom is revealing this to you now so that you can make the necessary adjustments before they cause real damage to your purpose. Now, I want to be very clear about something. This is not about judgment. This is not about condemning this person or declaring them evil. This is about discernment. There's a massive difference between the two. And as a chosen vessel, you need to understand that distinction. Judgment condemns. Judgment seeks to punish, to label, to cast out with malice. But discernment protects. Discernment observes. Discernment recognizes patterns and energies and makes wise decisions based on spiritual truth rather than emotional attachment or social obligation. You have been gifted with spiritual sight that goes far beyond what the natural eye can perceive. You see intentions behind words. You feel energies behind smiles. You recognize patterns that others completely miss because they're operating purely in the physical realm while you're navigating multiple dimensions simultaneously. This is your gift. This is your assignment. And this is why you've often felt isolated, misunderstood, or out of place in this world. Because you're not meant to fit into a world that operates on surfaces. You're meant to see what's underneath. You're meant to discern what's real from what's performed. So, when your spirit tells you something is off with this person starting with S, that's not you being negative. That's not you being unforgiving or unkind. That's divine intelligence flowing through your consciousness, protecting you from entanglements that would derail your destiny. Here's your assignment moving forward. Pay attention. Not in a paranoid way, not in an obsessive way, but in an aware, grounded, spiritually alert way. Watch their actions, not their words. Words are cheap. Words are easy. Words can be manipulated to sound like anything. But actions reveal truth. Patterns reveal character. Energy reveals intention. Notice who celebrates your wins and who subtly tries to minimize them. Observe who's there in your low moments and who only appears when you're shining. Pay attention to who encourages your growth and who seems uncomfortable when you talk about your dreams. Watch who drains you and who replenishes you. Feel who operates from love and who operates from hidden agendas. And most importantly, trust what your spirit is telling you about this person whose name begins with S. Don't override your intuition with logic. Don't silence your discernment with guilt. Don't dismiss your spiritual downloads because you're afraid of being wrong or afraid of being alone. You are never alone. You are divinely guided, spiritually protected, and cosmically supported. The same force that created galaxies and orchestrates the seasons is the same force moving through you, speaking to you, alerting you right now. This warning isn't coming to scare you. It's coming to prepare you. It's coming to empower you to make decisions from a place of wisdom, rather than waking up one day realizing you've been betrayed, used, or spiritually sabotaged by someone you trusted. Set your boundaries. Not with anger, not with drama, not with long explanations or justifications. Set them with calm, quiet, immovable grace. Protect your energy, guard your peace, steward your light with the same fierceness that you've been extending to everyone else. Your rising has already begun. The world didn't see it coming. They underestimated you. They counted you out. They thought your season was over. But they have no idea what's been brewing in the spiritual realm. They have no idea what divine assignments have your name on them. They have no idea that every setback was a setup, every closed door was protection, every painful lesson was preparation for this exact moment. And you will not allow anyone, not even someone whose name starts with S, to interfere with what God has already ordained. Stay alert, stay aligned, stay in your power. This is your time.